And then here we are at the cut flower garden. So we don't encourage people to cut flowers from any other part of the garden to use, but here people can come down and various candle designs for workshops. People have the candles and the flowers, so people can come down here and pick what they need. And this is, you know, really abundant with flowers. This is our little kind of bee watering hole, really. It's not a pond. I mean, you get pond life in there, but it's really to give water for the bees, wild and our beehive. And possibly we have the smallest shed in Scotland here. This is Carmen's shed. Carmen looks after the flower garden. But it's a cute little shed. There's a little seating area in there as well. So recently we had the Experience Week guests come down and do their group project, and we had a whole load of remains of old pumpkins and, you know, creeping pumpkin plants and things, and so we took everything out and we put all fresh manure here and dug it over, and we're going to be planting. Here we've already got some rocket from last year, but we're going to do a big rocket bed and parsley, various other vegetables. We also have two grapevines which get quite nice yields. There's a white grapevine there, and over there a black one. Very sweet, lovely, beautiful grapes. And this is part of their project as well that they did recently. So they weeded out the whole of that bed along there and got manure down, and we cleared these beds of weeds from last year. So they did a really beautiful job, actually. They're really good getting that ready. And here we are in our beautiful, wonderful labyrinth, which the story for me with this was I was on the island of Erod and Iona last year, and never been really into labyrinths, but I got to the labyrinth there on both the islands and felt really connected, and then had this inspired idea to have a labyrinth at Cluny, and came back, and Jerry, who works at Cluny, and I connected, and she's always wanted a labyrinth. So anyway, long story short, summer solstice last year we laid the first stones. It was a wonderful group project, Cluny, and yeah, it's been established now. There's another really great addition to the garden, great meditative tool. People can come anytime, come down and walk the labyrinth. We did an actual activation ritual, and underneath here, about every 3 feet or so, are rose quartz stones, crystals. And so the whole of this labyrinth is representative of the heart energy. Rose quartz is often associated with love and yeah, just the opening of the heart. So it's a really heart-opening labyrinth. Yeah. We are at the composting area, so all the kitchen waste, peelings and whatever's left over, the eggshells that come from Cluny kitchen, we bring down here, and we have compost heaps in various stages of, you know, composting cycle. And here is the latest one. So I'll be down here later with the kitchen waste, and we call it lasagna style. So we'll be going to put a layer of kitchen peelings down. Then I'll put some manure, some lovely cow manure here from last year. We also put on a mineral layer, which is mainly lime based, and also some potash and wet straw. And that's kind of creates this sort of lasagna layers. You can and it rots down nicely to create beautiful compost, which you see some here. So up here we've got what's called Raspberry Lane. So we've got some people at Cluny going to doing a group project to plant new raspberry canes in there and grow good yield up here on the slope, which is great. Been digging out the ivy. It grows profusely up here actually. And here on at the beginning of Cherry Lane, we have some cherry trees that grow along the wall there. And depending on how we protect it from the blackbirds and the thrushes, because they still can get in for netting, but we can get quite a nice crop at the end of the growing season. And then just further down there you've got Blueberry Lane. We're not actually growing any blueberries there at the moment, but from previous times. And we've got some lovely hazelnut trees. It's a nice spot to sit if you want to just again reflect and be in the garden. And you can see the labyrinth down from here, it's lovely. And that is the end of the tour of Cluny Garden. So yeah.